Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be pinning Eli, the Scorpius Rex 2.0, against the Apexus, Voltascorchus, soon to be given a real name. Let's dive into it. Let's start with listing the genomes of each hybrid, just so we know what they're up against. Let's start with Eli. Her genome is as follows: Allosaurus, Spinosaurus, Scorpionfish, Pangolin, Pit Viper, Axolotl, Monitor Lizard, Shrew, Vampire Bat, Komodo Dragon, Carcharodontosaurus, and Stegosaurus. Now let's see what the Voltascorchus is made of. Giganotosaurus, Spinosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Megaraptor, Ankylosaurus, Sinoceratops, Paleoloxodon, Komodo Dragon, Northern Short-tailed Shrew, Electric Eel, Chameleon, Margay, Cuttlefish, Pronghorn Antelope, Dolphin, Chimpanzee, Alligator Snapping Turtle, and finally, the Axolotl. Now let's get into the battle attributes, starting with size and physical attributes. Let's start with Eli. She's a little bit larger at 22 feet tall and 50 feet long, roughly. She has some pretty serious bulk to her because of the Allosaurus, Spinosaurus, and Carcharodontosaurus DNA. But overall, she is a bit taller and heavier than the Voltascorchus. The Voltascorchus, on the other hand, is a bit shorter at 20 feet tall and longer at 55 feet long. And he's a bit leaner than the Scorpius Rex 2.0, but don't mistake that for weakness. He's very strong and heavy, even for his size. But because of the weight difference, which I'm really over-exaggerating it, the weight difference isn't really that much, but just because of the height and the slight weight difference between the two, I'm going to have to give the edge to Eli, the Scorpius Rex 2.0. So, strength, size, and physical attributes goes to Eli. Up next, offensive capabilities. Let's start with Eli. She has some pretty strong claws and teeth, tipped with venom, and has the ability to incapacitate foes from a distance. She also has heightened speed and awareness, and she has venom quills similar to the first Scorpius Rex, allowing her to inject venom through her quills. And that's really all the main weapons of the Scorpius Rex 2.0. Let's move on to the Voltascorchus. The Voltascorchus has a large array of weapons: razor-sharp claws, serrated teeth, a powerful bite force, bioelectric attacks in its bite and its claws, tail club, and a mixture of Komodo Dragon and Northern Short-tailed Shrew venom, making it very dangerous to any opponent. Not to mention the retractable tusks, courtesy of Paleoloxodon and Chameleon tongue mechanics, allowing it to move around without the tusks getting in the way. And when it wants to use them, it can just pull them out, stab, block, whatever it wants, and then put them back away. And just because of the sheer amount of weapons and the differences, the sheer amount of versatility in the weapons, I'm going to have to give the edge to the Voltascorchus. So offensive capabilities goes to the Voltascorchus. Now, defense. Let's start with Eli. She has very tough skin and armor. However, the pangolin DNA, while powerful, is made of keratin. And keratin is sometimes pretty flimsy, especially when it's like in plates like the pangolin is. So if the Voltascorchus can get its jaws on the lower end of one of these plates, it could easily rip them off and create a weak spot on Eli's back. The Voltascorchus, however, is much more armored, incorporating Ankylosaurus backplating, creating a more robust and fused armor on its back. Not to mention the tail club, which it can use to keep the opponent at bay. And of course, because of the Sinoceratops DNA, it also has a frill and some horns, which protects the neck and head from blunt attacks or bites. So because of the more diverse and versatile armor of the Voltascorchus, I'm going to have to give defensive abilities to the Voltascorchus. Now, speed and agility. Yeah, it's the Scorpius Rex 2.0. It's not even a question. It's heavier, but it's much more nimble and more agile than the Voltascorchus. And don't get me wrong, the Voltascorchus is very agile because of the chimpanzee DNA. It can even climb, leap, jump. But the Scorpius Rex 2.0 just has more, if you know what I mean. It just has more agility overall. So I'm going to have to give the advantage to the Scorpius Rex 2.0. Good work, Eli. Now this one's going to be controversial. Intelligence and behavior. Yeah, the Scorpius Rex 2.0 doesn't really have any contributors that, like, show that it's intelligent. But, I mean, overall, if you look at the genome, there's some pretty smart dinosaurs in there. Some pretty smart animals. But nothing too crazy, if you know what I mean. The Voltascorchus, on the other hand, has some very smart contributors. For example, the chimpanzee, dolphin, etc. Multiple contributors that give it some pretty insane battle awareness, even tool use, because of the chimpanzee. It can make its own tools and knows how to use them in a fight, similar to the Indominus Rex 2.0. So, because of this, the edge goes to the Voltascorchus. Special abilities. This one's actually kind of close. The Scorpius Rex 2.0 has venomous quills, a venomous bite, thermal vision, echolocation. It does share some of these with the Voltascorchus, like echolocation, venom, but, I mean, like, the Voltascorchus has, like, bioelectricity and, like, a jaw snap shockwave that, like, temporarily deafens the opponent. So, yeah, I mean, just because of sheer effectiveness, it goes to the Voltascorchus, but barely, just barely, it goes to the Voltascorchus. Now, combat experience and aggressiveness. Scorpius Rex 2.0, while having contributors that are pretty aggressive, it has the strength to back it up as well. It doesn't, it's bite and bark and knows what to do. The Voltascorchus, it's very aggressive, and because of Paleoloxodon, it has the ability to a sort of rage mode, like the Arc Giga. Not obviously on that scale, but something similar where it just goes berserk. But, I mean, it's not controlled, and it doesn't think rationally. So because of that, I have to give the edge to the Scorpius Rex 2.0. Its aggression is powerful, but it's controlled, so it knows what it's doing. Now, stamina and endurance. Yeah, like the Scorpius Rex 2.0, it's endurant. Is that a word? Endurance? Endurant? Yeah, I think it's a word. But it's like its high aggression could lead to fatigue, energy depletion, etc. And this will most likely be a brawl that could go over like the couple-hour mark. So that's going to be a very big problem for Eli. The Voltascorchus, on the other hand, its endurance is more refined due to its contributors who have high endurance, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Paleoloxodon, Sinoceratops, and Ankylosaurus. And because of this, stamina and endurance goes to the Voltascorchus, but Scorpius Rex 2.0, don't get me wrong, has some pretty insane endurance as well. Now, our final attribute, versatility and adaptability. Now, while the Scorpius Rex 2.0, Eli, she's pretty adaptable. She can fight in lots of environments. She knows what she can do. She can climb, jump, leap. So, yeah, but the Voltascorchus, it's just another level. It can fight in land, water. It can jump, leap, fight in all kinds of terrain. We're talking swamps, mountainous terrain, cliffs, all of that. And because of that, the edge goes to the Voltascorchus. Now, the X factor. This is going to be fun. Now, Eli, she fights dirty. She really does. She fights very dirty. She doesn't like to play by the rules. She takes whatever advantage she can to win the fight. Now, the Voltascorchus is much the same way. Unless the rage mode kicks in. Then there's no stopping it. It just goes berserk, killing everything in its path. Literally, it does not stop at just killing. It mutilates it. Like, for example, if it was a human, the human would be dead before they even understood what was going on. So if Voltascorchus goes into rage mode and kills Eli, it won't stop at killing Eli. It will run through the terrain or wherever they're fighting and kill everything in the area. So we're talking like a localized extinction event, almost. Okay, so keeping all that in mind, let's tally up the score. With a score of 6 to 9, the Voltascorchus has 6 advantages. Scorpius Rex 2.0 steals those 3 advantages that it takes. So, overall, the Voltascorchus wins. But, I want to make clear here, Eli is very strong. If these two are to make it into the bracket for the hybrid war, they are dominating the Indom 2.0. Okay, I'm just going to say that right now. Koji Center, if you're watching, you probably aren't, but like if you're watching, we're coming for you. Don't get too cocky. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say. But like, the Voltascorchus wins, but Eli is still very powerful. And Ibaven, I know you're watching. Yes, I know you're watching. Good work, dude. This is a solid hybrid. I love it. Eli is super cool. I can't wait to see more of her on your channel. And if you ever wanna have her on this channel again, or you wanna talk together about another collaboration, reach out. Yeah. And if any of you watching have a hybrid that you want to test before submitting it, let me know. I'll be happy to make a video. That's all I have to say. KojiMan34, out.